everyone. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Hollywood. So first, I want to give a big shout out to our fans who are watching from all around the world on our live stream presented by our media partner, Variety. Thank you so much. Thank you, Variety. The Hollywood Walk of Fame recognizes achievement in the categories of motion pictures, radio, live theater, live performance, sports, recording, and television. And today, in the category of motion pictures, we are so pleased to honor Vince Vaughn with star number 2,786 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So before we invite Vince to the stage this morning, I just want to tell you a little bit about our honoree. Vince Vaughn has become one of Hollywood's most highly acclaimed triple threats as an actor, producer, and a screenwriter. He's a Chicago native. He first caught the attention of critics and audiences in the independent sleeper hit and cult classic Swingers. Vince was most recently seen in the guest starring role of Freddie Funkhauser in the 10th, 11th, and 12th, which was the final season, of Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was also seen in Seaburg as FBI agent Carl Kowalski alongside Kristen Stewart, Anthony Mackie, and Jack O'Connell. The film had its world premiere at the 2019 Venice Film Festival and played at the Toronto International Film Festival of that same year. In 2018, Vince starred alongside Mel Gibson in Dragged Across Concrete after starring in Brawl in Cell Block 99 in 2017. Before that project, Vince starred in Mel Gibson's World War II drama Hacksaw Ridge, which was nominated for 6 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes. Yeah, we can clap that up. Vince's production company, Wild West Picture Show Productions, also known as WWPSP, has had a string of hits on Audience Network. Just gonna hold for this fire truck. So Vince's production company, Wild West Picture Show Productions, WWPSP, has had a string of hits on Audience Network, such as the fan favorite Undeniable. Additional WWPSP credits include ESPN's 30 for 30 documentary on the '85 Bears, along with Audience Network's Fearless. Netflix ran a successful 5 seasons of the politically incorrect F is for Family, set in the late 70s, in which Vince voiced the character Chet Stevenson. Vince recently starred in the Blumhouse body swap thriller Freaky and the comedy Queenpins. He was a producer on A Christmas Story Christmas, which was the sequel to the original family favorite, and he co-wrote and produced the holiday comedy Christmas with the Campbells for AMC+. Next up for Vince, he stars in and executive produces the Apple original comedy Bad Monkey from Ted Lasso co-creator Bill Lawrence. The show premieres this coming Wednesday on Apple TV+. It's pretty good, might I add. Yeah. Other upcoming projects for Vince include indie drama Easy's Waltz alongside Al Pacino, Kate Mara, and Simon Rex, Nona's alongside Susan Sarandon, based on the true story of Brooklyn native Joe Scarvella, and crime thriller The Bookie and The Bruiser. Vince's other film credits include Rudy, Old School, Dodgeball, a true underdog story, Wedding Crashers, The Breakup, yeah, you can show him some love, Into the Wild, Couples Retreat, and The Internship. In 2019, Vince was honored with the 3rd highest award bestowed by the United States Army to a civilian, the Meritorious Public Service Medal, in recognition of his lasting contributions to service members' morale. At this time, we'd like to invite Vince up to the stage. Please help me welcome our newest Walk of Famer, Vince Vaughn. So before everybody we hear from Vince, we have 2 friends of yours who are going to come forward and they're going to offer a few words. Our first speaker today has had a storied career spanning 4 decades. He's achieved success both in front of and behind the camera, having produced such films as Iron Man, The Breakup, 4 Christmases, and directing Couples Retreat. He has been nominated for 3 Emmys and a Tony Award. He began his acting career at the age of 3 in some of the 70s most memorable television commercials, and he became a pop culture icon when he played Ralphie in A Christmas Story. Today, though, he is partners with Vince in running Wild West Picture Show Productions, WWPSP. In 2022, he starred, he co-wrote, and he produced A Christmas Story Christmas, the long-awaited sequel to the beloved classic. Please join me in welcoming Peter Billingsley to the stage.
Thank you, Melvin, very much. It is an honor to be here and have the opportunity to share a few words about my good friend Vince. And from the moment I met Vince many years ago, his star was shining brightly, and I knew that this moment would eventually arrive. In fact, the most surprising part about all this is that it took us this long to be up here. And Vince is truly a star in everything that he does. He's a star in his approach, in his preparation, his execution, and his follow-through. He shines brightly on the screen and in the people's lives who've had the good fortune to know him personally, making them and those around him want to be better in all they pursue. His tremendous success comes at no surprise. Now, I first met Vince as a fellow actor on an after-school special 35 years ago. It was a very dramatic role, probably overly dramatic, as most after-school specials are. But even in the face of a small project like that, one which many actors would dismiss as merely a stepping stone, Vince's dedication to making it great was on full display. Now, we were playing best friends, so he suggested that maybe we get together off screen, try to build a little chemistry that might filter through to the role, just some time spent off screen to make the whole piece shine brighter. So we hung out at Jerry's Deli. We ate a lot of pastrami sandwiches. We bought a lot of games at the old Rockin' Bowl. And we walked these very streets in the late 1980s, looking at the stars etched into the Walk of Fame and talking about our own dreams in Hollywood. And it paid off big time. Not only are we still very close and our careers have flourished, but to this day, it still is 98% fresh, that after-school special. So Vince crushed it. And what happened from that moment forward was not only the beginning of many collaborations, but a lifelong friendship that put me in the unique position of having a front row seat to his incredible career. And the more I got to know him, the more I realized that his success in Hollywood was not a question of if, but when. He had all the makings of it: the desire, the fortitude, the resilience, the incredible raw talent, the matinee idol looks, the genuine passion and love for his craft. And anyone who knew Vince at that time knew him to be the funniest and most charismatic guy in the room. As it often does, it just took Hollywood a minute to catch up. And we live in a time where people become famous for so many different reasons. But a star is truly someone who's recognized for their achievements and for their accomplishments. And as a writer and producer, he's created so many memorable films like The Breakup, Couples Retreat. And as an actor, Vince, my gosh, it's one thing to have some memorable lines, but to have such iconic performances that the dialogue gets etched into the fabric of everyday life is another amazing feat altogether. Now, I defy you, any of you, to go over the hill towards the casinos without shouting, "Vegas, baby, Vegas." Try cursing in front of a small child without saying earmuffs first. Or try embracing an old friend without telling him to bring it in for the real thing. Now, he continues to challenge himself in role after role. He even shaved his head and bulked up, showing us a completely different side of himself in Brawl in Cell Block 99, where to prepare for that role, he once again made me walk these very streets and punch mid-sized cars for most of the night. He's truly dedicated to his craft like no other. Vince, your parents, Vernon and Shay, are here, who are no doubt very proud. You're surrounded by your family, your wife, children, friends, and colleagues who all share my sentiments. And I'm honored to share today with you the cementing of a star into the Hollywood Walk of Fame in your name, a star that we have all known for a very long time. So to quote you once again, Vince, from one of my other favorite performances of yours, be cool. You're a star. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle. Congratulations, my friend, and here's to many, many more years to come.
All right. Thank you very much. Passion, commitment, humor, just some of the qualities that describe Vince Vaughn. And to continue our tribute to him, our next speaker is an award-winning television writer, an award-winning producer, and a director. His current projects include Shrinking with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford on Apple TV+, and Bad Monkey with Vince, also for Apple TV+. Additionally, he was a co-creator and executive producer of the two-time Emmy-winning show Ted Lasso. Yes. His other projects include Scrubs, Cougar Town, Ground Floor, Spin City, and Clone High. Please join me in welcoming Bill Lawrence to the stage.
I did not know Vince was going to be up here staring over my shoulder, but it's all right. Did you hear Melvin say that Bad Monkey was pretty good? Feel like he could have said very good, though. He could have said very good. I don't know. All right. These aren't reading glasses. It's to make me look smart. It bothers me that Vince is younger than me. Vince and I met in our early 20s, and we played poker together. I remember one night that he wasn't feeling that confident in his life, and we were both kids, kind of trying to make it in Hollywood, and we remember that time because it's easy to feel insecure about how it was going. And I remember having a beer with him, and I told him that he was so money he didn't even know it. And again, that's not supposed to be a joke. It's real. It's not real. I so badly wanted to have given him that line. You have to understand that all of us wish that story was true. Because, look, you got to get it. Look, I saw Jeff Schaffer here from Curb. He's a comedy writer I came up with. And Matt Tarsus, who did Bad Monkey with me, he's here. And different actors and actresses that are icons for me are here. And the truth is, you could not have grown up out here as a comedy writer, a comic, an actor, or an actress of any age. There's no way you weren't influenced by Vince's comedic style and talent. Okay, it's innate in all of us now. He spoke like we all thought we spoke to our friends, or how we all wished we spoke to our friends. It just wasn't true. We weren't that quick, And he also he walked this kind of comedic line that I've tried to walk in my own career. And what it really is I think you can play a character that gives other people snark and gives them crap and sarcasm, as long as you can tell that there's love underneath, And it's my favorite part about Vince as a performer. Even the lines that Peter was saying, you could tell that they came from a place of caring and sincerity that you don't always get when people throw comedy around. Look, I don't need to talk about his career too much because Peter did it. He's an icon. Everyone has a favorite scene or movie that they can quote. So the easiest thing for me is to tell you about my experience with him. My idol is sitting here today, Carl Hiaasen. He's an amazing author. He wrote Bad Monkey. He's written 1,000 bestsellers. And for me, it's a true story. For me, getting to a point that I could go to someone that I felt like that about and say, can I make one of your books into a TV show? And he said, yes. When Vince agreed to do it, I was both excited and scared because as a comic, for a long time you go, oh, Vince, he improvs, he makes up a lot of lines. And I said, what if I get to set and Vince is just riffing it from the start? But he set the tone for the whole show, okay? And it's who he is as a person. He showed up and he said, first we get one the way it's written, and we really talk about the intention of the scene and where the characters are going and how much the words mean to us. And then we get to play. And he was always so respectful, not only of my material, but of Carl's. It meant so much to me. And then the best thing is then when he plays, as you all know, the best thing as a writer is Vince makes up these amazing lines on the spot. And then later someone comes up to me and says, I love it when Vince said that. And I just go, thank you. As if I had anything to do with it. It's an absolute gift. And you just have to understand, he cares so deeply about the work And this is true, we hadn't talked about it, but sometimes the only way that I could get him to stop dissecting a scene was to let him talk about his family. And he's so proud of his kids, of Vern and Lachlan. Heard so much about volleyball. Honestly, it's almost too much. Yeah, but seriously, you should know it, though. It never stops. And Kyla, too, by the way. He obviously cherishes you and your relationship because I almost feel guilty about using it as a way to kind of get back to work, just to say, hey, tell me about your family for a little, and then maybe somebody say action. Look, and I say this not just to joke around because it's going to get personal. It's also why I'm here. I'm the same way with my family. My daughter is she's a singer, and she hadn't acted before, and one of the biggest gifts for me in doing this was I got to put her in this show, Bad Monkey, and it was so fun, and it's pretty good, apparently, the show. But the most important thing is when we started work, just to show you who Vince is as a person, I was worried, did I put my daughter in a situation, that she was set up to fail, and I was nervous for her, as any dad would be. And when you make a TV show, you have the earphones on, and all I could hear, her first scene was with Vince, was him coaching her and working with her and putting her at ease on the first day, and teaching her how to do things, and talking her through lines, and telling her things to say, setting her up for jokes. And he mentored her throughout the whole show, and she's still out there talking about it to all of her friends now. And so for me, that's all this really is. It's a chance to show up for Vince and say thank you. And you have no idea how grateful I am, and I will always show up for you because of it, because that's the way that you've led your career, and everybody should know it. And that's it.
All right. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce administers the Walk of Fame on behalf of the City of Los Angeles. And on behalf of the Chamber and Hollywood Council member Hugo Soto Martinez, I'd like to present to you at this time with the city resolution. And on behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I now declare today Vince Vaughn Day in Hollywood. I now like to present our newest Walk of Famer, everybody, Mr. Vince Vaughn.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Honestly, I should be very humbled to be included here today in such a tradition, but the truth is I'm feeling pretty empowered. It's all going to my head, right? And I'm starting to feel like I got a full head of steam. You two might want a wide berth, my kids, of me today, because I got a lot of parenting advice now that you can see some of the great choices and what it leads to, okay? So get ready. I don't want to take up too much time here, but thank you to the council for including me, to all the fans out there that have supported me through the years, all my representatives and friends and co-workers that I share this with. Very grateful to be included in this. I remember being a kid, and both my parents, I'm lucky to have them both here, and the gift of storytelling and watching movies and laughing and talking about them afterwards, both my dad and my mom, and being the youngest. My sisters are here, both my sisters, and being the youngest and being not even double digits, but them wanting to see Saturday Night Fever or Animal House, and so my age was not a barrier to your want to see that movie. And the laughs that I experienced in the theater, I felt like I really wanted to be a part of that I could do that and maybe make people laugh and give families a good night to discuss stuff and have joy. So for me, really, that was what this journey had always been about. My beautiful wife, Kyla, so glad that you're with me on this now. I'm so grateful for you and for these beautiful kids and for all the laughter that we share together. And as much as all this means, Vernon and Lachlan and these honors, you guys really do need to know that you guys are the most important thing in the world to me. You're not as lucrative. You don't give me access to the kind of stuff that this kind of thing does. But with that all being said, you guys are the most important, and I love you both very much. It's great to have you guys with me. My mom and my dad, Vernon. My aunts here, Dexter, Stella, Ronnie, and Vivi. So grateful that you're here. My sisters, Victoria and Val, all my friends. And I'll say this about Los Angeles. You know, I was raised and born in the Midwest, but I feel like I grew up here in California, that this is where I came of age. And that, at its best, I think Los Angeles, for me, and walking these streets, I used to live on Rossmore down here, was an inspiration that things were possible. And so I think at its best, Hollywood, at its best, has always been a city of dreams and stories and imagination, and I hope that that may long continue. God bless you, and thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Congratulations once again to you, Vince. Vince is joined today by, as he mentioned, his family, and also Mel Gibson is with us today. So thank you very much, everybody, for being with us. All right, well, this is the moment. This is the moment, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Mr. Vince Vaughn.
Vince, right in front of you, sir. Vince on the right. Vince, right in front. It's all happening right here. And all the way to your right. And Vince all the way to your right. Vince, right in front of you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And Vince all the way down to the right. guys down in front, please.
Right here.
And the Vaughn's all the way to the right? Guys, right in front, down below, please. All three. And right here. Right in the middle. Over here, right in the middle. Alan. Can you get me dad? Sorry, Mel. We're going to go along the shore. That's how you critic her now.
Now right here, please.
You can take a selfie, Mel. It's all right. I did. Right in the middle, guys, right here. Mel, good to see you. Schaefer. Nice legs.
Mr. Schaefer, right here.
Right in the middle, guys, over here.
Can you get Vince and Kyla? Alan, Kyla. Alan, Kyla, two shot.
Together, the two shots. Guys, look down the start.
Kyla, Vince on the right.
Guys, right in front of you, down below.
How about a kiss?
Hey, the two of you down on the right here.
How about one just for me?
Stand there, dude.
Man, stand on it. Stand on the star, Vince.
Stand on the star for one month. Me?